Alright, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Planet Coaster 2 with Cookie Pirate. Today we're jumping into the tropical park as we have been. Waiting for that to come online. Always takes a few seconds. Fun fact. Well, I'll wait a little bit. Has nothing to do with the game. There we are. Alright, let me load on in here. We'll get going here. Kind of want to check out some of the changes that have been made the last couple days, because I didn't make it on last night. Alright, here we are. So, Dino Dukes has been working on the custom supports for the Intamin wing. And that's kind of interesting. It actually built the concrete setup like that. Now, I may do a little terrain work around some of these, but it's good to have just in case we don't, or if we change anything about it, because this all back here is probably going to get adjusted, but the custom support work for this coaster looks absolutely phenomenal. He's done a fantastic job with it. Definitely something that I could not do myself. Back over here we have the dive that Jimper started. Oh, we also added a... Yeah, here it is, right here. A little support column for the camera. For the, Tiki Tumbler. The Vekoma Boomerang. And if you come back this way... Last time I streamed, we put this restaurant together. And it is pretty quiet in here. Not making much money. Just fine. There's definitely less park activity over here. The crowds have kind of thinned out. We turned the guest cap down. I personally like running it higher, but the issue with that is it can make a significant negative impact on performance, especially for people that may not be running on as powerful of a computer. See, this always has a long line. This is one of the few coasters in the park right now that has a really good-sized line. It's only 8 minutes. One extra thing that we didn't hear is we put lights up around the station. Whoops. If you look up here... Oh, come on. We added some hanging lights up here, and then we added like a little slogan thing. Race like a, climb like a, strike like a mamba. Of course with the wild mamba. Hey, what's up, Cookie Pirate? What's going on, Dale? Welcome in. Good to see you. I wasn't sure that I was going to make it on tonight. I'm tired. I don't have a lot of energy. I basically woke up at about 2:30 this morning and have been awake since, with the exception of I did fall back asleep late in the morning close to get up time for maybe another like 35 or 40 minutes. I don't know, is ridiculous. One of the worst nights of sleep I've had in a while. So I might be a little bit less energetic and more low-key than I normally am. But that doesn't mean I'm having or that doesn't mean that I'm not having a good time. So I'm tired. But I really wanted to get on tonight, considering that I did not make it last night, and there is a chance I won't make it tomorrow if I end up running errands and going to the grocery store and all that stuff. So, a couple somewhat significant things have actually happened. I have taken a new role at my work, which is going to be a really good change in the long run. But it's gonna be tough for a bit. I've got a lot of things that I need to try to handle, and I've got a lot of problems that I have to be the problem solver for. So it's gonna be difficult, but it should at least bring some really good changes. There should be considerably less frustration. And, hey, Jimpers, what's going on, man? Do have a coaster I'd like you to check out. It's an old-school Vekoma looper. It's extremely smooth. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks, man. It'll be a good change in the long run, even in the midterm. I think short term, it's gonna be an adjustment. I'm excited, but I'm nervous at the same time. But everything will work out. You know, I've got faith, and I've got a couple people that I'm working with now that are really supportive and that I like a lot. So I think there's gonna be some good. Send me $100. Yeah, right. Well, let me see here. I may be able to do something. There you go. Couldn't resist. Jimpers, you can go ahead and send the code. And Dale actually did have a small park he wanted me to check out. I think we'll take a little bit of time doing that. I don't think there's much in here that I really want to do tonight. Now that could change. Oh, excuse me, hiccup. It's like a T-Rex hiccup right there. I probably drank a little too much gulpy soda. Oh, I'm stupid. Then go shopping. It's not even a park? Well, based on the description you sent me, it sounded like it was a very small park with a couple things, but if it's all built into one. Alright. Let me go onto the workshop. Let me get that code, Dale, before I forget or have to go back in. And then I'll get the code for Jimpers, but we'll do Jimpers Coaster first. Wait, it is a park. That code you gave me, it's a park. What do you mean? It's a park, not a blueprint, but there's only one coaster. Alright, so we got that. Oh, that's it right there, so you just uploaded it. Okay. Ooh, Dragon's Fire! That's the, Wait, was that actually made by Vekoma in the real world? I thought that was Arrow. But you know how Arrow and Vekoma kind of teamed up, and then Vekoma basically copied the track. Now, before we look at those, I need a good laugh. I need a dose of, Oh, it is an arrow. Okay. Here we go. I've taken this meme to a whole new level. It's actually amazing how well maintained Dragon's Fire is. I think you were talking about that the last stream, or maybe the one before it or something. But yeah, you said that it's been kept up really well and is still running quite nicely. Alright. You know what I'm actually gonna do? I think I'm gonna go into Dale's Park, and then I'm going to place Jimper's coaster in it, so we can all just look in one place. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this. I'm gonna go out of order. I'm gonna do Dale's first, since it's small. Let's hope I'm sure there will be room to drop the blueprint. Oh yeah, plenty of it. It's nice, the temperate biome. I don't think I've ever actually made a park in the temperate biome. Let's take a look. Arcade. I like the glass. It almost looks like an arboretum. Is it called? Ooh, and I like the music in here. Look at all the arcade games. Rodeo Warrior, Road Rage. Sponsored by Chief Beef. Have Road Rage. Get pulled over and arrested by Chief Beef. Title Tycoon, Lucky Claw. I actually really like this because they have the plushies and the hats and the puzzle. Punch Out, that's pretty cool. And you've got another like racing. Frogger, Astro Blaster. Whoa, we're going like old school arcade games back here. I like that. Tank. The Samsons, almost like the Simpsons. Continental Circuit. Conga. Jet V is like a little flight simulator. Oh yeah. Smoking Tokens. Alright. Turtles. I like Turtles. Teenage Mutant Turtles. Mortal Kombat. Punch Out was my favorite game when I was little. Yeah, it's fun. The Coin Pusher, Pot of Gold. Dual Coin. Space Shuttle, some pinball machines. The Hoop Shoot. Dance Dance Revolution. Oh my gosh, yeah, Dance Dance Revolution. Another Pac-Man. Pac-Mad. Even the ghost is scared. Pac-Man's gone rogue. Oh, man, yes. These are absolutely incredible. Like, that looks like the real thing. Skee Ball. That was my favorite arcade game. I loved... I still do. I love Skee Ball. Hey, Shem, how are you? I remember playing it in the arcade, yeah. Then you've got the little bowling table. It's been a while since you've seen one of those. Pong. Going way back. Space Invaders. Going way, way back. Haunted House. The Sea Hunt. The Dog Patch. Final Flight. Chicago Coin. Is that all the games? Yeah, it looks like it. Oh no. Well, yeah, we've got more back here. Oh wow. Wild Western Shootout. This is beautiful. lasers, crime crisis. All you need to go back to Splash Harbor. That's crime crisis right there. You broke a bench. Put your hands up. Hey, Strawberry Jam, how are you? I made my ranking of only wooden coasters I've ridden. Oh, I saw that in the Discord. The message popped up. Zippin' Pippin's the only one. It's not a bad one. Big Ticket Cash Wave, Whistle Stop, the Mystic Cube, Skill Crane, featuring Pizza Pen, Gelato Bros, and Chief Beef, and a Latte Love. Ha! I love the ambience in here. Formula 1 racers, Aqua Runners, the jet skis. Oh man, Daytona, USA. Skill Crane, Snowdrift, Top Speed 2 Unleashed. Okay, so this was in the front. Then there's a couple more over here. Max approved. And we saw those. I agree with Voyage, your #1 spot in your unofficial list. Oh no, I missed this. I'm glad that this save it for last. Small pinball. But man, billiards table. I used to play pool a lot many years ago. And every once in a while I still enjoy some good games of pool. Ride a mini cart. Oh, so we are missing a couple others. Okay, no, we did see those. I think that's all of them. But very impressive, beautifully presented. I love the style. It's like an arboretum. What do you think I am, a Frontier developer for PC too? At this point, yes, I do think you are. Alright, so we've got a little, like a kiddie pool back here. That's pretty cool. Waterworks. Some sun loungers. I really like things like these. I'd like to add some of these in a water park. It would be really cool if you could get the guests to interact with these. But of course they just like swim around and have fun, which makes sense. Somebody's sleepy, needs a nap. Got the guests coming over. You've got a little water slide with a lift, and a building and a coaster built into it. So the park entrance is actually all the way over here. And you've got a path that goes through the rock. Restrooms, changing rooms, body dryers. Chief Beef in the Pirate Hut. So delightful. And this is cool because you have the coaster actually built into the water complex. And you can walk under it, which is neat. In the real world, you'd obviously have to have a bit of fencing. I'm curious about the height clearance for that. Everybody watch out. Don't get hit by the train. You have to put like crossing sections or maybe a little bit of fencing up to protect the low spots. For realism purposes. Obviously in this game it doesn't matter because people cross over the railroad tracks right in front of the train all the time and nothing happens to them. So, wanted, some body dryers. What do we have up here? The station for the invert, okay. I love inverts, so we're gonna give this a ride. Oh, it's only a single train. Okay. I'll wait for it to get back into the station. Hey, Darkhound Doom, how are ya? It's looking cool. Yeah, Dale and Bromik actually collabed on this. And it looks... The one spot I forgot to delete the pathing. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. It still looks really neat. So that's the entrance. We've got the huts. We saw that. Over here, some drink counters, guest services, slush hour, splash emporium. Over here, it looks like Oh, look at that! It's a popcorn stand. It's a hot dog squad. Interesting. All its items contain ingredients I cannot eat. Gluten-free, meat, and vegetarian. Oh, they probably can't have eggs. Molly Brown is like a Mississippi steamboat. Hey, look at that. That's pretty cool. That's really neat. Over here you got the theater. There's this. Yeah, it is. Flying theater. And that's... Oh, look at that! You've got the screen for the ceiling. That is a really cool aesthetic touch. And this is absolutely beautiful. You've got the screens in the windows. Wow. That is neat. Beautifully presented. Alright, is this... No, it's not back in the station yet. Bit of a pool shark myself. Jimpers, what do you play? Can't beat a classic. Hot dog stand at the park, right? I think if possible you should add another train to this. We can actually do the front bumper. Wait. Wait, that's... Is that bugged? Or does it just not have that for this coaster? This type, because you choose the front bumper but it still puts you in a seat. Let's check it out. It's like some retro 80s music from the Toy Box theme. That's pretty cool. It's got a neat layout. Looks like it's got some good forces. The inversions are good too. Yeah. It's a beautiful coaster. It's presented very nicely. We've got three different slides. This is my jam. Oh! That guy did a front flip into the pool. Off the deck. Yeah, he did too. I love that little indicator at the when you first load the game up. Guests do interesting things around pools and water slides. Don't replicate them in real life. I could just imagine somebody going off a deck, doing a front flip and getting hurt and suing. Which would obviously have some serious legal ramifications. That's a good disclaimer. Vending machines. I like this little gulpy soda wall piece right there. So your coaster's got 3 green. Probably temper the vertical G's back a little bit. But it's pretty cool. modular souvenir shop. It's a very nice sized pool, and you've got the space screens in that too. That's really neat. The hanging what are they? Brazers or something like that. One of the wall lights. Facilities, you got a restaurant. You've got just about everything you need right here in this complex. It's got a unique layout, beautifully presented. So yeah, Jimpers, I'm kind of curious, what pool games do you like to play? And you've got the jacuzzi back here. No Planco 3 if you break your spine in around this now. Got the custom hot tub there. This is really neat. Most of the time you play snooker. I've actually never played snooker before. I'd like to try it. I mean, I've played, like, video games that have snooker and stuff like that. But, I've never played snooker in the real world. I'd like to try it. I know it's big in the UK and, like, some of the Commonwealth countries. Normal pool, like 8-ball, solids and stripes. Alright, let's get Jimpers of a Coma coaster here. Alright, there we go. Let's give this a run. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. Hey, Dino Dukes, how are you? Alright, we can speed that up a little bit. Wow. And what's our Timma? Welcome. One thing I've reported on Frontier's issue tracker, the on-ride photos don't seem to work on following blueprints, Adamino, Brink, Rampant, and Tidal Bore, all of which give 0 in EFNs. Really? Huh. Now, I wonder if you place the... because I've had that happen occasionally, but after, like, editing the coaster a little bit. Like, delete a segment of the track and build it back, and that has seemed to fix it on the coasters that I've had that problem with. But I don't know, maybe it could just be totally bugged with the blueprints and that wouldn't solve it. I feel like that should be so much higher than it is. It's actually done really well. This right here might be one of the best custom dive loops I've ever seen, Jimpers. This is incredible right here. Well, it looks like such a fun coaster. Vertical loop is really good too. But this dive loop is probably one of the best custom elements, certainly the best custom dive loop I've seen. Good cobra roll. I'm struggling to think why the EFN scores are so low. They should be so much higher than that. Perks of knowing how to build custom inversions, yes. Yeah, and the ones that I've tried have never come out that nice. Probably just need practice with it. Let me go in to there. And I want to look at the heat map. Yeah, I don't understand that at all. This should be so much more exciting than it is. Like, something over here is bugged. If you look at the corkscrews through the middle, they're practically a perfect spiral. I did notice that. Yeah, wow. Yeah, those look incredible. Like, this is super nice. Really great job. That excitement score is criminal. Fantastic recreation, and it looks like such a fun coaster. This possibly has my best inversions on it. I would say so. Certainly in regards to the dive loop, and then the corkscrews are just set up perfectly. Cobra roll is good. Cobra roll is not one of my favorite elements, so I don't dig into those too much. But I mentioned the vertical loop also looked really nice. Great profiled, and it's tightly spaced laterally, which I like, so it's not super wide. Like, offset when you go through the loop, like a lot of them, the blueprint pieces. So it's great. Finally finished the supports on the Giga. Yeah, so Jimper's great coaster, Dale, great park, credit to Brawmick as well. Yeah, these look great. This is so cool. So I appreciate you both sharing that, and Jimpers, I really enjoyed watching that coaster there. So great job again. Alright, let me go back into my park here. As I did mention, it isn't going to be a super long stream tonight. We'll play around with that. Oh, I tried taking the surf station apart for the surf coaster, and I've just had problems with it. So I'm probably, at some point off stream, I'll probably end up just redoing it. Alright, let me go back into here. Alright, here we are back in. So, basically, the problem that I've had with the coaster station when I first built it was getting the paths to align properly. The ceiling is too high, so I need to bring it down a notch to get the stairs properly spaced and to get this flat. The lower level will be easy. I'm just gonna pull that out a little bit more, and I'll do a wider arch. And then what I'll probably do, because this looks kind of stupid in my opinion. Now, it's true I can always do a little bit of terrain work or repositioning the coaster, but what I think would make more sense is to do a plaza with the queue actually running this way. And instead of having it cross up in front of the windows, maybe I'd build a little platform out to kind of contain the queue. But as I said, I'm not going to do that on stream just because it is tedious. Some people have expressed that it's kind of boring to watch station building. I'll say it's not fun to do, well, at all, but it's not fun to do on stream so much. And I can do like small basic ones, but when you get into the real elaborate ones, it's definitely kind of cut and dry. So Dino Dukes, the supports on this look absolutely incredible. You've done a fantastic job with them, and I really appreciate your work. One thing that I will say when it comes to these footers, that I really like them and the way that you have put the effort into them. I will say the terrain over here is not final, but the fact that you've got the footers in place more or less at ground level / water level makes it so that modifying it won't really affect the presentation of them. So I do think I have a little bit of remaining terrain work to do, mainly probably widening the river and then just kind of pushing in some of the terrain back here and filling it in with trees, stuff like that. Look at that, that looks really cool. Also really appreciate the supports for the cameras on this and the boomerang. So, fun fact, I bought some, I love Haribo gummy bears. I like gummy things, sour gummy worms, sweet gummy worms, gummy bears, lifesavers, gummy savers, all of that stuff. And, so I got the wild berry gummy bears from Haribo. And they've got 5 different flavors, and I'll tell you, I really like 4 of them. But the cherry ones taste like freaking Robitussin. So, be warned. And if you don't know what Robitussin is, it probably maybe has a different name depending on where you are, but it's like cough syrup. The terrain was a pain with the supports, yeah. You could have ignored it or changed the terrain. I really would not have cared. What I can do is modify it a little bit to make it so the concrete isn't sticking out as much. I think the ones right here over the water are really good. Like this one here, like we could adjust the terrain a little bit, kind of cover those if you think that that would be a better way to go. Got one miscellaneous. Oh no, I see it. It goes right through that. Okay. So that is intentional. Yeah, you did an absolutely phenomenal job with these. There's no way that I would have been able to do that on my own. I've actually never done custom supports at all, so... It looks really good, though. I'm thoroughly impressed. Wait, why do these not have power? Well... Slide that underground. Get this covered. Great. Be right back. Alright. One thing that I thought about doing, and I think I shared this on the server, was the possibility of redoing this over here, maybe cutting the terrain and making this a little bit larger, just so we have more room to kind of run some path into the building. Anyone up for a coaster collab? That sounds awesome. And yeah, Jimpers volunteers. He's one of the best ones to work with on that, without a doubt. But anyway, by expanding this and maybe rotating it a little bit, I can get the back of this coaster off of the back side of this mountain, where it's really tightly spaced, particularly in the overbanked turn, kind of the hammerhead turn right here. And I'd even thought about a potential retheme. And if we did that, I'd also take the opportunity to reprofile some elements here, because there's some straight track sections on the drop, and then this hill I think I would want to reprofile it a bit. And a couple elements on this. Maybe like that right there. And then this hill right here, which is slightly crooked, which drives me nuts. You up for working from a drawing for you to try and bring it to life? Oh, that sounds like such a cool idea. I will join the Discord though. Absolutely, Shem. Yeah, be glad to have you. Link should be in the video description. Beautiful view of the River Rapids ride that nobody rides. Very unfortunately too, is just so much work that went into this. It's just a massive disappointment the way that these have been reworked with Update 8, the Prestige changes. Excuse me. I can draw layouts, so not so patient with building things, though, hence why I want to do something with you guys who are good. That makes total sense. Alright, Dino Dukes, welcome back. Excuse me. Yeah, so this could be an opportunity to redo this coaster. It's not much of a line to, but I do not intend to work on it and reprofile it tonight by any means. I didn't even realize that the staircases are actually misaligned too. Oh, I see why. It's because this actually drops, whereas this... Oh, yeah, no, that's interesting. This slopes upward, that slopes downward. Wonky. Okay. Huh! A little bit odd. And in here, if you take a look, I'm sure all of these are losing money. Yep. 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 And that one is actually just a little bit. It's actually closer to even. These over here are making money. That one's making a killing. And not so much with that one, but almost broke even. And going around adding shops, vending machines, and stuff like that have actually considerably helped if you go and take a look at the guests. There are a lot fewer that are in the red. There's some in the orange, but not too substantially. Once you get the chance, add me on Discord, we can get started. Oh, heck yeah. That's actually a really good way to kind of bring your ideas into the game if you're not comfortable with building them. Like, I would consider doing that for some future coasters. Even I'm not very confident in many of my coaster building abilities. The ones that I tend to do better, smaller ones, boomerangs, I'm actually very confident on how to build a good boomerang. The hypers are relatively easy because you don't have to deal a whole lot with inversions. It's just making sure you profile the hills and drops well. This here was actually pretty easy. Mine trains, relatively simple because they're not super intense. But what I have a lot more trouble with tend to be things like the Gerstlauers, the mock launches, although I've built a couple mock launches that turned out okay. This surf coaster, I actually made the original concept. Bromik helped kind of reprofile this one. Like the old one, if you remember from way back, it went way out here, curved into a banana roll, which was just isolated from everything else, which I didn't like. So we took that out. We also redid the corkscrew back here. The corkscrew was immediately after the launch. Fairly late here now, but I will definitely join tomorrow. Yeah. Good deal. The links or the link is in the video descriptions, most any of my recent ones. I really do want to rework that, but I'm not going to do it now. I really don't feel like doing anything particular in the park tonight, because I'm pretty tired. Maybe on the management side of things. Oh wait, not that there. Needs cleaning. This would be a good opportunity to look at some stuff. Oh, this is all staff path. People are just wandering up there and then they throw their litter out. Hey, Ben Player, what's going on, man? So let me grab a janitor that may be free. Yeah, we've got a few. Don't need nearly as many with the park. Thinned out. Like, it feels weird having only 5,000 people in the park when I'm used to it being at 10 or 11. What coaster is this? Which one? Oh, with the pirate theming. This is the Gerstlauer. Bromik actually built this by hand quite a while back. I can do a POV of it. I don't think we've actually done that in quite a while, so. Oh, that was at the exit station. Whoops. Alright, now we're in the entrance. It feels weird having only 5,000 people in the park. It's crazy. Well, yeah, because the guest cap has been up for as long as I can remember. Where you consistently have more like 10 or 11,000 guests. Just always looks so much more crowded. Everything makes more money. Because like the amount of staff that we have in this park right now. Janitors, security guards. We're kind of built around that higher guest capacity. I know it sounds weird. The guest cap actually helped a lot. Well, that's good. Yeah, help with performance. And there's the hang before the Beyond Vertical. And that's it right there. Oh, band player, I don't think you've seen what I added. I like it. Yeah, no, he did a great job with that coaster. I think a couple sections could be maybe smoothed out just a little bit. But it's got some really wild inversions, which is cool. Really put me in mind of the Smiler, which is a personal favorite. Oh, yeah. I mean, any inversion-focused Gerstlauer Infinity model, I think, is going to give Smiler vibes like that. But anyway, band player, I added my own little personal touch. And then, as an added bonus, I know I've played it, a few people here have probably heard it multiple times, but I actually found the audio clip. Wait for it. Here's the family Woody that Jimpers made. And even with the guest count lower, it is still backed up onto the path. The irony of the Smiler is that it has the best airtime in the park. I find that surprising, but not shocking. And those small compact coasters can have really good punches of airtime. I think of Copperhead Strike at Carowinds, kind of meaning that that ride has better airtime than, I would say, pretty much, other than Fury, of course. T3 is in India now, I think. Yeah, I think you're right about that. Yep, ride was dismantled in early 2024 and sent to Wonderla Amusement Park, Bangalore, where it is being reconstructed as of 25. So yeah. Ejector airtime, I should say, on the little speed hills to break up the inversions. You really fly out the seat. Yeah. Well, that's kind of like with Copperhead. And then you also get a ton of hang time. I mean, you've got the JoJo roll. The first vertical loop gives you a boatload of hang time. The top hat, the inverted top hat, gives you a bunch of hang time. The train actually keeps its speed going through the second vertical loop a little bit more, but you can, depending on where you are and if it's running slow, you can get a fair bit of hang time even in the second vertical loop on it. And the anomaly is the corkscrew, which you don't get hang time, it carries you through. That's a positive G moment. But then it's got those mad ejector hills. which really catch you by surprise. It has more intense, but just shorter periods of airtime than Fury, which is just a whole lot of sustained floater and flowjector. Kinda mild. It's nothing like Copperhead's. But the duration is so much more on Fury. Granted, it's a totally different type of coaster. Another mock Icon. Yep, yeah, you've mentioned Icon. The rotating seat. I will pass on that. Doesn't Steel Taipan also have the rotating seat? Alright, whole time. More intense than nauseating. And yeah, Steel Taipan and Blue Fire have spinning black seats. Spinning back seats. Okay, yeah. Alright, I'll let y'all vote. I'm not going to do anything with it tonight, but just to kind of gauge what you think the best option would be for it. So this is the oldest existing coaster in this park as is. I think I built this back in June when I started this park. Immediately after I did the original Kraken Floorless back here. Oh, somebody lost a balloon. If it was in the UK, it would be a listed building by now. Oh, what would? the Mako coaster. So we get the vote. Leave it in place but redo the layout. Completely change the layout. Which would probably be basically tearing it down and building an entirely new hyper. And that'd be something I think I'd work on with Jimpers. On them, but I would actually build the replacement and let him kind of tweak it a little bit. You know, a while back, and I don't remember who it was, but somebody had said, in-game, the coaster could probably be rethemed to like the Hammerhead Shark or something like that, just because they have the Hammerhead pieces. Which could be, you know, a little bit more inspiring. I think the reason the Kraken works as well as it does is because you actually have the Kraken animatronics and it's a famous sea monster. Your Mako buildings of historical importance, including coasters, get listed protected status. Looks like Dale is actually handling the thinner crowds better too. I mean, there's very little vandalism in the park. I only got 2 votes on that so far. I'm actually really curious to see what more people think. I mean, I can always open up the poll another time. Give this launch a POV. I wonder how easy it would be to do custom supports for this. Probably relatively easy since it's pretty straightforward. If I decided to keep this or possibly repurpose it. That's the one you were gonna do next? Well, it makes sense, but I might actually modify the layout a little bit. Jimpers, I got a question for you. Even I could probably. Oh yeah, another vote for change the layout completely. Interesting. Some very minimalist supports on that would work great. Yeah, I mean, because this here is just overkill. But I actually do like the cross lattices. And it would be really cool, like with King Ka, how they had the drop towers at the top of the columns, which I think would be a really neat addition. I just don't think it's possible, or really plausible, to build those into this, especially with the fact that you can't do, for some odd reason, and I disagree with it, but you can't do variable height towers, which I really wish you could. I mean, even RCT2 let you do variable heights for your launch towers, your observation towers, stuff like that. So I don't understand why this game doesn't. I don't know if PC1 let you or not. But yeah, if Jimpers is here, I do have a question for him about redoing this coaster. Come on, he smashed a trash can. Ah! You could keep the cross bits, but yeah, it's odd about the towers on there. Yeah. Well, I was thinking even custom cross bits would actually... I mean, all you'd have to do is just layer them a little bit. But yeah, it would be really nice if they had the ability to add some stuff in on that. Alright, so we gotta vote for leave it exactly as is. Ooh. It would actually allow for some terrain work. Kind of get this mountain a little bit better rounded out in some spots. I was gonna do King Ka supports. I think that, well, this ride was largely built based on King Ka. And the major exception, well, yeah, not even major. This is more minor, but off the launch, I profiled this very gentle hill, which actually... What on God's green earth? I can't even pick him up. He's doing a group pool activity floating over the river. That was me, Cookie. Dino Dukes, your custom supports work has changed the entire look of this park, and your work is world-class execution. 100%. Now we have another vote for Leave It As It Is. Man, interesting. Interesting. That's Jesus, have some respect. I think this is in relation to the person Dino Dukes found in the river. It could be. Jimper says summon demon children. Demon children with his coasters. Oh man. Uh-oh. He's treading wood planks. Oh, looks like he's actually making his way back to the pool. We made the park accessible to everyone to collaborate, but at what cost? I knew it, I called it, it was only a matter of time. Going back to what I was talking about before, we had, the kid tripping and swimming through everything under the sun. So this was made based on King Dakar, but to give a little variation, we added this, which actually does provide some pretty good floater. Actually more than that, -1, so it actually is a little bit of an ejector hill. And this actually, the G-forces are a little bit on the high side. Like up here, you're reaching almost 6. So maybe this hill needs to be reprofiled, but it's got, unlike Top Thrill, Dragster, the original. And you've got airtime right there. You go up into the hill back here, and then drops back down, and then you have another hill before you hit the final breaks into the station. And you get some good negative G's, which actually temper out when you crest the top hat there. I love hitting 5 G's at almost 100 miles an hour. Yeah. Actually, probably a little over 100. I want to say the top of this is like 110. But what I think we could do in exchange for an additional airtime moment is reprofile this hill, and then just on the way down have it hit the final brakes, like reprofile that there. We'll sort out the kidney stones, them G's. Ha ha! Okay, so the top is 113. And yeah, you're at just about 100. I'm at the bottom there. You know, a couple things with this that I do want to consider reprofiling or tweaking at least. There's a little bit of a crooked alignment right here, which I think would be better to straighten it out. And there's also a change in elevation from the exit to the entrance. Hence, out of the exit station, there's actually a drop of a couple meters. So it'd be nice to kind of bring that in line, and then possibly even connect the buildings somehow. Maybe with a common area underneath a plaza, or I haven't figured that out. But I'm wondering if the profiling of the ride should be tweaked, or like taking away the second pop of airtime and just making this a larger, longer sustained airtime hill before coming into the final brakes. But this one is pretty unique to this coaster right here, and I think I would like to keep that. Just gives it a little more excitement and variety before you go up into the top hat, rather than just a straight launch track, which is not all that exciting in my opinion. But I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and end that poll. So maybe I'll float the idea another time. A lazy river around the volcano. Dale wants his lazy river back. We could probably build that over here somewhere. But yeah, we can definitely do that. It's 9:40. I don't think I'm going to be on much longer, guys. As much as I would love to, I'm exhausted. I could try to work on the second hill. Would you make both buildings into one horse-shaped one? You mean like a horseshoe? Oh, yeah, okay, I see it now. I don't know. Good night, Cookie. I'm not leaving yet. Unless you're heading off. So Shem, as I'm looking at it, you sounded tired, thought you were peacing, my bad, bro. No, I am tired. I'm not going to be on much longer, but I'm not leaving yet. So, no worries. But what I'm thinking would be if I can reprofile, or somebody can, to get this straight, and it will also depend on if we decided to reprofile. I think the profiling of the top hat is okay. So what I would do is after the third hill right here, do away with that curved section. Bring it out. That would actually give us slightly more space for brakes or kind of reprofiling. But to get the station to line up back here, and the reason that I did opposite side, entrance and exit platforms is because hitting the brakes and then crawling through this, it actually killed the excitement rating. So by doing it this way, I was able to maximize the excitement. It's in the 7.8s, I think. Yeah. So if you bring that further back, you could possibly do a horseshoe shape. But as I'm looking at it, I think it actually makes more sense to keep the buildings separate. And maybe doing... you could even make slightly shorter buildings, depending on the height clearance. But keeping them separate and then having a common area with... maybe even reversing the exit to this direction and just kind of running the queue a little bit differently. I'd probably have to play around with it a little bit. So, I don't know if Jimpers is still here. He hasn't said anything in chat for a bit, so he might have jumped off, but... Oh, I have this on the workshop. I have the ride. I don't have this version of it. Go into My Creations. So this was originally taken from the Viking Park, the Summit Striker that I made that I tore up because nobody was getting on it for whatever reason, even though it was, at the time, the highest rated coaster in the park for excitement. And this is the exact same coaster, except it just has the Viking themed station still. But it's on the workshop. But the other thing we could do is save this version of it and let people kind of tweak it based on the building. So let me go on here, select all connected parts. So we'll do the buildings. I really don't care about the path. So I'll just keep the buildings, but you can reverse the save it. And I will go onto the workshop real quick and upload it. So even if you are a collaborator in the park, what I think I would recommend Oh. I don't have it on the workshop. I thought I did. Well, good thing I double checked it. Let me upload it. Need to come through and clean out a bunch of these. Hey, there's the lazy river that goes around the volcano for Dale. Where is... Ah, this is the very first one on the page. Don't delete that one? Which one? I don't have that one on the workshop. You know what? I've caught up and yes, the unload load system figures. Yeah. But yeah, so we could definitely do some work, and I can play around. Well, Dale, I just uploaded it to the workshop so anybody can take it. It doesn't include the scenery or the mountain, of course. But I can play around a little bit with the layout of this to try to get the stations aligned and the elevation reprofiled. No, you can't, yeah, terrain. I should have specified scenery. I can go back and tweak that. I don't care right now, though. Gotta get ready for school tomorrow, so good night. Alright, Dino Dukes, have a great evening. Thanks for hanging out. And, great work on this again. I really appreciate it. It's fantastic. It is a top-of-the-line coaster. Any coaster types in particular you would be interested in, by the way? In this park, we have a really good variety. We've got the Surf, which covers stand-up. We've got the Intamin Wing, the hydraulic launch, the RMC, which is launched, Mine Train, Gerstlauer, Woody, Invert, Floorless, Hyper, Boomerang, and this is a dive coaster in progress. I think Jimpers isn't sure that this is one that when he finishes he wants to keep in the park. I think he's working to try to do that, but he told me he was going to play around with it and just see if it fit. If I go in and take a look at the different coaster types and see kind of what I don't currently have. Family coasters I think would be good. So the like a Vekoma family launch, family boomerang. I feel like we have a lot of launched coasters in this park. 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of 5, because this has a launch, but it also has the vertical lift hill. There it is. What? Intamin Blitzkrieg. What? Oh, the Intamin Blitz. Yeah, I thought about that, but I'm not really sure that we need that, given we already have a number of launched coasters in the park. But this park is getting stacked with coasters. I mean, I don't think I ever anticipated having 14 or 15 coasters in this park. Hey, Strawberry Jam, welcome back. I thought about doing the RMC single rail. I really wish they would add the Raptor model as an option as opposed to the T-Rex. Not that the T-Rex is bad, but I would love to see the streamlined single file Raptor trains and style. The track is different, of course. And you're missing one and there's no going back. I don't know where we would... Possibly through the volcano, kind of like a launch out of the volcano could be cool, but I honestly, I had thought about moving this to have it actually pop up, because I lined it up. It actually fits perfectly if you place the station back here and angle it to have the launch come up the top hat through the volcano around a lazy river, around a... Oh. Dale, don't you have vandals to go catch? Maybe not with a thinner crowd. Oh, there are a couple. Will you ever really be done with this park? Strawberry Jam, I feel like yes. Once I get all of the areas complete, I won't want to feel like taking things up, and I think the biggest thing for me is finishing this area and this, and from there it would just be fine-tuning like scenery. Like a better park entrance, and kind of just making some adjustments and stuff like that. But ask S. Dan Wolf if you ever be done with the park. Yeah. You know, I like the RMC single rail, a quirky and compact layout. Yeah, well that's the great thing about it, is they are compact, they're unique. I've got like 5 million wooden coasters ready for your next park. Well, I'm not putting 5 million wooden coasters. One, potentially two, depending on... You know, I think an old classic out and back, double out and back sort of layout would be cool. And then maybe a larger scale, like, almost like a gravity group or something like that, like a twister layout. Alright, I'll let you all vote. everybody's gonna shotgun the last option. I almost guarantee it. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. Chief Beef's Woody Wood in Wonderland. Damn it, I didn't see the go for all three. Oh my gosh, and it is a four-way tie. Oh man. Well, we might have to do all three because everybody's voted for each of the three and then all three. And we definitely have the room. Just if we place them strategically. I'd be glad to join him with Shem and Dale in a park. That could be pretty cool. Six people watching. I'm showing 7. Yep. Oh, it is 10. I actually made it over an hour and 40 minutes today. So I had a pretty good turnout tonight, but I'm wiped out. It's been a long day. I did not sleep much last night. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. Well, we can definitely consider. I'm gonna spend a little time adding a couple things to the workshop here. Select all connected parts. Oh, come on. Now... oh, that's gonna be a bit of a challenge. Going to be to get the coaster. These darn scoundrels aren't voting. Well, I went ahead and ended the poll anyway. Just want to make sure I select all of these custom supports. I think I've got them all, or almost all. I'm being censored. Ah! No, I haven't changed any of that. Definitely going to save that. And let's get it up on the workshop so people can enjoy it. Help! Ow, what are you all doing? There we go. Alright. Let me get that saved. So I think we are good to go from there, because I'm gonna call it a night and get myself into bed. I'm exhausted. I'm struggling to focus at this point. But it's been fun. I'm glad I was able to squeeze in a stream tonight. I do plan on making it on tomorrow night. It may be a bit of a late start. Hopefully I'll be a little more alert and maybe able to spend a little bit more time. But we got almost 2 hours in tonight, which is nice. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I had a good turnout tonight. This was fun. So, but we'll pick back up tomorrow or potentially Wednesday. But yeah, you all have a great evening. Thanks so much. You all rock. Join the Discord if you're interested. Link is in the video description. Got some cool stuff on there. And, yeah. On that note, I'm going to call it a night. As always, folks, until next time, take care, stay safe, don't forget, T3 sucks. Sorry I couldn't resist. And we'll see ya.